Alrighty, hey guys, this is KSFX back once again, but this time it is with Anno 2070. Now, technically this is my first video, but I am going to record these out of order because I hit a point in the mission called Power Games, and I realized that while I have this incredible lull with absolutely nothing to do, but wait for things to pan out, I should probably show what I've learned, because this mission was actually impossible until I went online and looked at a bunch of stuff that was actually kind of dumb. Like, this game doesn't teach you very well at all, so there's a couple of things you need to know in order to complete Power Games that are not listed anywhere. It took me forever. I had to scrounge these out of a video that was literally 24 hours in length. It was... what the heck was it? It was something like 23 and a half hours split into half-hour pieces. And so I had to track down this information through annotations in the video. Now, luckily, I had some really good guesses of which parts were which, and I was able to see most of the hard parts myself and pick up on the rest by analyzing what the guy did. So, first, a little background. Power Games is the hardest level in Anno 2070. It's essentially they pitch you against all the worst players in the game. They do a pretty good job of hiding your allies, so you have to explore most of the map. You have to deal with pirates and the battleship battle group that's sent to wipe you off the face of the earth. So, several times I have failed or been crushed down to nothing. I think this is actually a reload of my first game, though, so technically this is still the first try if you count a couple game overs. So things can work out with persistence, and if they don't, you just load an autosave or something and keep going. So alright, so a couple of really important things. First of all, this is my main island. This is what I started with. Some things you need to know in order to complete this. Oh, first of all, just to show you how fun this is, here's the pirate, Hector. So the guy that attacks you no matter what you do is sitting right next to me, so that's convenient. So here he is, and oh, there's my island.
Land acquisition by another individual.
Where's that at? Okay. Yeah, sorry, things are going to interrupt me. I decided to just keep going. So it'll be interesting to see how I handled mini emergencies, but he can have that island. So essentially the question is, what do you do? Because Hector comes in and wipes out all of your fisheries, which means all your people die. And Keto will kill pretty much every single building. She comes in and destroys every port authority, every warehouse, every military building, every military ship, and every military, well, those would be military buildings, defenses. Things she leaves alive, though, are offshore parks and your fisheries. So she's a little kinder than Hector in that regard, who just shoots everything he can reach until you're dead. So, first thing that you need to know in order to complete this map. Fisheries have to be built in a harbor, but then you can actually keep them alive with a depot. As you can see here, there is no harbor for this area at all. So I built a harbor right here, and then put down a ton of fisheries. Now, they have some flying, they have the flying carry-all units over here, so they can go in and grab whatever they need to from these not landlocked ones, but these ones have roads on them. So essentially all of these fisheries are being kept alive and managed by these depots. So this is awesome. I did not know you could do this. I knew you could keep fisheries alive with depots, but it didn't occur to me that you didn't need a warehouse at all. So what probably the most confusing thing about this is that I don't have a warehouse on this island. This is my main island. I'm completely landlocked. No warehouse at all. So that's really important to note. But it also helped me do things like grab this island. So now this island, all I did was put down a warehouse, put a depot in the center of it with a power plant, and she literally can't reach this with any of her technology. So she'll just let me have this island, and this claims it like how NPCs will try to back claim islands on you. This actually claims this island. In fact, Thor's kind of pissed right now, but when isn't he, I should say, because I have more islands than him. But I'll probably destroy this one, I think, in about 36 minutes. Give him the maximum time to be a D-bag on me here. Well, he hopefully doesn't take this island. If he does take this island, I'm going to be pissed, because this is one of the 3 islands I need to win this game.
Production breakdown.
So anyway, what you need at this point in the game is 1, survivability. So first thing I did was, by now you've survived long enough against Hector,
distinguished visitor,
that you can actually get to peace. Once you get peace with him, You lobby diplomatic immunity for 3 hours. That is so useful, because the diplomatic immunity actually cools down less than 3 hours, so you can just keep using it. So number one thing was getting money. You can see I have a huge cache of money up here. That happened when I finally got settled enough into tier 3. So that brings me to the second thing you need to do. Besides landlocking your island, you need to get vegetable seeds. So vegetable seeds, you're probably not going to research them. It'd be nice if you could. If you can, congratulations. It's very unlikely you'll be able to research them. So what you got to do is you got to go out and find,
Have you signed in?
Davy or Yana before.
So, you didn't forget the...
And I mean Thornseller. I guess I should call him Steinberg because
I'm
is
at your
Thorn.
immediate.
But not Thor, but Thorn. He also sells vegetable seeds. So you just kind of cycle before Kato shows up as fast as you can, as much as you can afford, until you get some vegetable seeds. When you get some vegetable seeds, bring them back, drop them in your warehouse, and just pray. One thing you can do before Kato gets here is build up a giant harbor defense. I had a huge chunk of turrets right here. This whole area was covered in turrets. It was something like 28 turrets, I believe. She eventually kept building her forces until she just came and wiped them all out. But I was surprised that after she wiped out all of my turret defenses and all of my, shipyards and fleet and my warehouse, she then left. And I was like, oh, well, that would have been nice to know a lot earlier. So I'm letting you guys know she just leaves after that, leaving everything else intact. So for a while, I realized, I've got plenty of building blocks, plenty of tools, plenty of freaking money. Excuse me. Even if I didn't have this much income, I would have even more income, let's see, or enough income. As you can see, I've actually put the warehouse on my quick bar. The reason I put the warehouse on my quick bar is because I was literally rebuilding it every 2 minutes. She sends 4 ships every time I build a warehouse, and those 4 ships just gun it down. So, and if you build any military, she doesn't send 4 ships, she sends about 40. As you can see, they're all patrolling out here by her. Now, luckily, she's on the other side of the map. But you see, because I have no targets at all, no military ships, no warehouses, no nothing, she's actually patrolling on the other side of the map, which leaves me in peace to actually start doing quests again. That was a big problem mid-game, is I couldn't do any quests, because she would just gun down my command ships every time I built one. So I just stopped building them after a while. So that leaves you with a problem. You're stuck on an island, producing, what you can, basalt and iron drillers and coal drillers, keeping you alive to rebuild your warehouse indefinitely. But you don't really have an end game. So what you do is after you get the vegetable seeds, you get your civilization to tier 2. Tier 3, sorry. Once you get to tier 3, so once you have the engineers, once you have your engineers, you stockpile just the minimum amount,
Man
which I think
and
is
nature in harmony.
Yes,
could be
stop
better?
talking. I believe it's 1,500 is the minimum to get every single thing, including this. So stop when you get near that, because you're basically going to run out of goods for a little while, unless you just keep expanding. Keep expanding, make more and more factories. What you're going to run out of, though, is copper mines. So that's what you got to keep your eye on, is, as you can see here, my copper is at 0. I have 3 copper mines on this island, which only leaves me 0 for limestone, which I had to destroy my limestone one to make a copper one, and 1 for coal. And is it 2 for iron? Yeah, 2 for iron. I guess I could get rid of an iron one. No, 1 for iron, I think. Oh, wait, I don't know why I'm guessing. We have this wonderful thing up here. Okay, I have 2 iron mines. That's good to know. I can... In fact, that's what I'm going to do. Next time I need a copper mine, I'm not going to destroy... Or limestone, I'm not going to destroy my copper mines. I'll destroy one of these iron ones. In fact, I might just do that anyway, because those are going to fill up quick. As you see, my tools are maxed. Anywho, a little off topic. Where was I? So you build up a lot of houses, build up some tech folk as soon as you get to tier 3 and you got all your good stuff. The main thing you want is offshore wind parks, because you kind of, well, this is eco-based, I guess, but the same thing for tycoons, except for you don't need as many tier 3s. Once you are in a comfortable spot in tier 3 and you have a good production center, kind of whatever your maximum is, like I suppose, yeah, I could totally wipe out an iron mine here. In fact, I might just do that. Anyway, later. This is on hard, so my decisions matter. Like if I knock it down, I get no resources back, but those are pretty easy to make. So I can knock down this iron mine and get more copper, which means I should be able to make more of these tier 3s. And as you can see, the tier 3s are wonderful for money. And Hekkai loves you for doing nothing. I love his AI. So the more time you waste, the happier he gets. As you can see, I just have ridiculous income, but most of it's from Hector right now. You can see like twice as much as me now. I've been investing in his smuggling runs, which not only makes him happy with you, but can net insane amounts of money and only cost 40 grand. I got 180 grand from the last time he returned. So just pick the risky one. What if you lose all 40,000? Or I think he also charges you up to like I think 20,000 is the most he'll charge you. But as you can see, I'm just riding on cash. I got so much in his last thing, and I had like 100,000. So once you get the money, then this game starts becoming easy, because you can start buying things. And once you can start buying things, even though you're landlocked in this terrible state of being gunned down by her, you can actually afford to sneak ships out. So here's my sneaky ship. You guys may have seen it on the mini-map and been wondering, what is my sneaky ship? My sneaky ship is a speedy white-flagged, white flag carrying, not white flagged at the moment, but one of these. I don't know what happened before. I had one of these, and she hunted it down and sank it. This one, she hasn't hunted down and sank. I don't know if it's because I don't have a warehouse, or... No, because I keep rebuilding my warehouse. But for whatever reason, she doesn't mind that I have this sub. That opened up a whole new set of things. I mean, I used a white flag before just to get 10 minutes because I thought she was going to sink it as soon as it wore off. But she never did. Whether the white flag glitched her out, she forgot that this was a military unit, or what. This is one of the best units in the game to have. You know, it's submersible, it's speedy when it's not loaded down. So anyway, I'm going to show you how you get the final tier, which the end game for this, of course, is to destroy her battleship. If I can destroy this battleship, I got pretty much, I got crap tons of money banked up.
Shoot him.
When Hector...
Just kidding.
That's my favorite thing he says. When Hector shows up, and in... What is this? Good lord, it's still 2 hours away. In 2 hours, when Hector becomes hostile to me, I can immediately pay him off. So he's no longer a threat at all. So my biggest threat is how do I get her off my back, which will allow me to populate this island, which has sugar for my researchers, and this island, which has wheat and corn for my eco-executives. So that's a big deal. So how do I get to these two islands when she keeps destroying all of my trade routes? I can't set up a trade route because by the time the ships would get there, all the harbors would be destroyed. The other thing is this island, should be pretty close to full, yep, is full of functional foods. Now this was important, something else I didn't know about the game. I don't know if it's just because it's not in her direct path. She never destroys this warehouse. So maybe try to stick it somewhere where she won't find it on the map. But anyway, let's take a look at my... As you can see, my coffee thing is sleeping because I don't have any sugar. I have 65 and 71. There are no real trade routes set up, but I have denied the food to my lowly lab assistants. So I have 150 researchers, that is all, who is eating this food. And they're doing a surprisingly good job about it. They're not taking very much food at all. So I highly recommend doing that. It's standard rationing, which just let me go into that just in case anybody hasn't played on hard yet or had a bad situation happen to them. Let's say my engineers run out of tea. That's really bad because that's a huge thing that they need. They will immediately leave the island if they run out of tea. So what you do is you go down to the person who doesn't need it to survive, and that is these guys, the eco workers. You go to drink, you turn it off. Suddenly, every single one of them stops drinking your tea, and your storehouse will just fill up with tea. Now, if that doesn't help, you're screwed. But you can do that on everything. So, second level people, turn off the sushi, turn off the comms. I had to do that a few times because I ran out of sushi and comms when my warehouse got destroyed and I lost that extra car at every depot. My production took a nosedive. But so I had to shut that off for a while. Now, that kills your taxes. Your taxes just go through the floor when you do that. But all in all, I'd say it's worth it because you get to keep all of your buildings. You don't have to re-upgrade any of them or babysit them. Yes, abandoned houses will come back as little lowly worker buildings.
You on our side, we'll work it out somehow.
But I like the way it buys you time and you don't have to micromanage anything because of it. So let's see. I'm still doing good on time. Alright, so the only way to get researchers is, of course, to stockpile drinks. So make sure that you don't allow any functional foods or drinks until you're ready to upgrade to researchers. And I mean none. Like, don't let them trickle through your stuff. So always deny your tech people their food. They can just survive on fish. Doesn't matter. Alright, so now I'm going to do a run here, so you get an idea of what to do. So, all my stuff's been destroyed, let's say. I've reached the equilibrium. I have maybe plus 1,000 income, so about, you know, a sixth of what I have right now. So running off of that, and, you know, want to make sure you research what you need. Coal plows, and copper drills, and iron drills, all that stuff. And what a surprise, freaking Ecos got elected again. I swear people are retarded. I'm bitter about that because they don't have the best stuff. People just assume they're the good guys. Me and all my friends are really bitter about that because we're like, come on, let somebody else win the damn election. But it's always like a landslide because people are like, the good guys must win. Anyways, so I actually prefer the Tycoons. I play the Ecos because they have stronger hovercraft. I think mobility is king in combat, and hovercrafts are the kings of mobility. Anyway, off topic again. So what I'll do is I'll do a quick trade run here. The resources I don't have on my island are as follows. I need functional foods, sugar, oil, and is that the only thing? And that's it. So I need oil, functional
Not
foods.
like you really earned it, but the Barracuda leader.
He constantly tries to declare war on you, but he can't. Alright, so first thing, pick up the functional foods. We'll just pick up 40. I'm gonna be picking up a lot of stuff. Yes, that's fine. He gets angry because he's better than you at something, and then it's funny because later he just decides, what the hell, why not? I'm gonna be angry because I'm stronger than you. And so you just pay him a bunch of money, and he's like, oh, well, you know, that works. I was gonna get upset, but I'll take a load of money as a payoff. Alright, so now my ship's over here. I have one sugar farm, the lowly sugar farm, which is plowing away on this island. So I build a warehouse, which is really cheap. So I've loaded this place down with, ooh, it needs a refill. Note to self. So I did load it down with stuff. So what I do is I quickly go to level 3, and I believe that harvested that. You know what, I'm gonna go get the rest of that functional foods. I'm gonna make 2 trips. Alright, so now that this is built, you'll see that warships are on their way. She's got 2 coming from here, and just be aware the other 2 come from off-screen. So just don't get them anywhere near your thing, unless you found a lot of white flags. For some reason, I can't find any more white flags. Hector is a great source of white flags.
Visitor.
But he stopped making them for me. So he's a jerk. That is a really good...
Alert. Fire.
Oh, I was gonna say, my freaking thing better not be under attack. Even though this is hard, holy crap, that's gonna explode. I know what that is. Don't explode! Oh, never mind. It was like glitching for a second.
Decreased fertility due to
Even though this is hard, I feel like I have enough resource income that I can afford
balance. Values
to destroy
rising.
all of my emergency buildings. So I do that. Alright, so I've got all my stuff here. Now the thing I gotta do here is I gotta get back to my island without running into these warships, because they will attack me if they can see me. So I've got 1 white flag left on board. Yana had 1.
Do you need the
which
Eden
I already
Initiative's
used.
help?
Oh, white flag. Convenient. Alright, cool. So watch for these. White flags are awesome. I'm gonna have to make a little journey, it seems. So, first stop Hector to get that new engine. Second stop Yana. Should be able to pull that off pretty easily. Okay, so these guys are going in. They're going to destroy my beautiful little harbor here because they're mean.
Alert. Enemy attack.
But she'll get
on one
hers.
of your buildings.
And after I showed trading without trade routes,
Alert.
which, you know, it's pretty
Enemy
obvious in
attack
retrospect,
on
but
one of your buildings.
I want to show the whole thing off, how you do this. And then we'll go into how to win the game, because this is still technically a stalemate. I'm not winning right now, for sure. I can tell you I'm not winning. Now, if you build any kind of harbor, she will send her fleet, and they're a little unpredictable, especially when they're done with what they're doing. Like, watch this. Let me speed this up. So these guys kill it. Now, you'd expect
Trade
them to go back
buildings
to the battleship.
destroyed during enemy attack.
well, these guys are going back to the battleship. Just beware. Some of them come from off-screen, and they'll return off-screen. I'm not going to build a harbor. Instead, I'm going to waste a little bit of resources and build a port authority. The reason being, you can sell a port authority without getting that message about abandoning your island.
Warning. Decreased fertility
Okay,
due
I'm
to
gonna-
pollution.
There we go. And then you immediately sell it.
Registering improvement
Her
in
ships that were going to come and destroy that are now no longer on the way, which means you don't have to dodge them on your trade route. So just build it, destroy it. The amount of money you lose is not anything to worry about. Okay, so we've done half our journey. The other half, let's see.
Ah, distinguished.
There we go.
I'll drink to that.
The other half is over here. So I've got my sugar, so I can turn back on my drink factory, which will plug along at slow speed here. I still need my oil, so go ahead and turn that back on, because I am making, is it high? No, I'm making carbon, is what I'm making. I also need high-tech weapons, that's why I got a couple of sleeping factories over here, so I'm not making as many comms as I could. I turned them off to get some microchips for high-tech weapons, but we'll get into that in a bit, so don't worry about that. Speed this up. Alright.
These
So,
oil rigs.
this guy
most
is
modern.
hilarious because
Let's get straight down to business.
he refills his stuff so fast, and
Let us
21,000 is...
drink to our good business relations. Every deal is.
it's amazing how cheap this is when all you have is time to kill and tons of income. I mean, look at this income. It just shot up because Hector is being more awesome. So I guess this means when he gets back... Yeah, he's just doing great this run. I'm gonna get like a couple 100,000 from this. Anyway, so I'm gonna have so much money I won't know what to do with it. So, you know, 20,000 is just chump change when you compare it to the fact that this whole time I could be building high-tech weapons and stuff, because as we all know, it's only a matter of time before Jerkface Steinberg decides that I have had enough
Registering
munitions
energy
factories
shortage.
and I need to get rid of all of mine. Alright, so we'll throw the white flag in there. No, actually we'll take the white flag with us, because this is the end of the trading. Alright, so now I need to kill this. There we go. And let's go, before I forget, buy the other white flag
So,
from
you didn't
Yana.
forget the initiative.
Okay.
Let me know if you find something. You can really get things cooking.
Now, with so long in the game that I didn't...
Looking for something in particular?
No, don't. Do what I tell you. Whatever. Guess I can't move that. That's annoying. With so long in this game without quests, you might be wondering, like, what do you do about that? Well, conveniently, I seem to have, you know, $420,000.
Welcome to the underdog.
So after you do it the first time, you can then get the license trading upgrade, which is the first time they offer you 400 for like 45. The second time you do it, they give you
Out with
900.
it. What do you want?
So there's
Don't
900,
touch it.
900,
Can I help?
and 900. I will never need licenses, and if I do, I can just get, you know, 2,700 licenses instantly. So, not worried about licenses because I have too much money. Not worried about Hector because I have too much money. Not worried about oil because I have too much money. So, alright, I have fulfilled the needs of my island here. I've got oil being produced, plus the, I guess I should say I've got crude oil being produced, plus the oil itself that I have just bought right off of him wholesale. So I have 87 oil plus 68. So my carbon is going to be going great. So I'm just steadily producing carbon off this one factory. I could make more, I just don't... It's a waiting game anyway. I don't really have a good plan yet. So let's get to the plan, because this, of course, is not the way you want to play this game. You're not going to win that way. After all, the oil baron just keeps getting stronger and stronger. Steinberg has, like, retarded amounts of nuke factories and things like that that are not good. And apparently he has a quest for me, but no, screw him. I don't care. Maybe I'll come back to that later. Okay, so, anyway, basically what I'm getting at is everybody's getting stronger, and Thor, or Steinberg, is going to just do everything he can to make sure that you suck. So, here's the plan. Something I would have never thought of, but I watched a YouTube video that had it, and it worked out great. Her battleship has, this is all on hard, so all the enemies are hard too, has 20,000 HP and fires 150 at everything. So basically nothing can survive that. I suppose you could do a huge ship battle, but she actually reproduces these ships alarmingly fast, like 1 or 2 every 5 seconds. And so you'll be fighting 40 again before you know it. So one thing you could do if you really felt like it, get a peace treaty with her for a couple of minutes on your buildings over here. Build up a crap ton of harbor defenses, which she'll then come and fight. While you're doing that, build a bunch of shipyards, start pumping out ships like crazy, go into your diplomacy, and start buying some auxiliary fleets. They should all come in at about the same time. You should be able to reinforce your harbor defenses, wipe out her entire range of ships, and then she'll just start steadily building more and sending them at you, and eventually you can, inch your way closer. Doesn't sound fun to me. Military in this game is not that great, so it's not really, I don't know, it's not really a good point of the game. So what you do instead is you just buy these handy-dandy cloaking devices that Hector sells, or used to sell anyway, all the freaking time. So I have 8 5-minute ones and 2 10-minute ones. Now what would be the best thing to cloak? Well, of course, the fire bombers. And just because I need to do a resource check, let's build this. This is going to waste some resources that I really don't have to waste, but I don't care. In fact, I might just keep the... Yeah, I'll keep this airport, because then when Steinberg demands that I get rid of it, I'll get rid of it. That'll keep him at bay for a little bit longer. So, we have a Firebird. How much do they cost? This is what I'm basically saving up for. I need 25 heavy weapons and 30... Sheesh. 30 carbon apiece. So my master plan here is the following. I will... Let's see, how much is this airport? And the airport itself, just in case it has some screwy costs, it's 12. Alright, so it's 12. So 12 plus 30. I need 42 carbon. That's a lot of carbon. Alright, so I'm probably going to buy the refuel your stuff and buy carbon from this guy when I'm ready as well. But what I'm going to do is Firebird her to death with its special ability. Now it takes about 9 or 10 of them, and they're really slow. So I came up with a genius plan. I will build an outpost, take everything I need to build that many Firebirds simultaneously, build it all right here, load them all with cloaking devices, fly them over to her, and sink her battleship. That's pretty much the plan.
I'm an honest crook. Gonna cut you in on the Barracuda's success.
175,000. And, we're doing that again.
Have you signed in?
Don't you worry about your rep. Make it short. That's between us, okay?
There we go. 40,000 risky. Look at that, I got 500,000 already. That's so great. Okay, so considering that I'm landlocked and stuck at tier 3 and have to offshore to get researchers, that is amazing. Okay, so once she's gone, I should have free reign over this whole map. I can probably then deal with Steinberg first, or I can just build a couple of Firebirds on the mainland, take them down here, and bomb the crap out of Hector. But right now he's kind of being a plus instead of a minus, so he might not earn my ire just yet. But the point of this map, Power Games, in case you didn't know, is to kill everyone, so I'm not just being a dick. I have to destroy everyone. Most of all, this guy I'm going to just enjoy the hell out of killing, because, I don't know, he just bugs me. I hate this guy. Anyway, I think it's because all of his quests really annoy me. He has all the most annoying quests, like, earn influence with other people, and can I borrow your sub for like 30 minutes? And I'm like, you sell me subs, just take one of the idle ones. Anyway, bitching a lot. Another good thing about Hector, he has these boats. They cost
look at this baby.
Ridiculous amount.
All yours.
But, if you're familiar with these are the good eco ones, so I'm going to leave these for now. Because I have the good eco ones just sitting here waiting, that is 4 times 50 and 4 times 50. So I have 400 cargo space, plus the... Come on.
Game
You can do it,
saved.
game. plus the, let's see, I suppose this will have some white flags in it, maybe have some building materials. So there will be a few more things in here and the cloaking devices on this thing. So I'm going to basically make a convoy of 3 or 4 merchant vessels that will carry all the supplies
You really should
it
meet
takes.
us halfway. Otherwise, the situation will escalate even further.
Oh, you are kidding me. I swear to God, you guys are retarded. Power. How long do I have? You know what? I'm just gonna wait. It's gonna be hours because I don't have enough researchers, but I've got a dam on the way. That's what I'm building right now. But I have plans to do some offshore wind parks in the meantime to meet that.
Halted.
Oh, nice. Okay, so my munitions factory is finished. That's the other thing. Steinberg keeps making you destroy your munitions factory, which is really annoying. So I just keep rebuilding it as soon as the time limit's up. Okay, so now I have max bullets. That's good. I'll need those when I'm fighting him. Okay. I love that he doesn't care that you have like a stockpile of like 1,000,000 bullets. He's like, destroy your factory that's producing 1 every 5 seconds. Meanwhile, you got like 2 billion bullets in your stockpile. You're like, yeah, okay. So where was I? Oh, final part of the plan here is to sink her. So basically what I'm going to do is build all my stuff here, go over and sink her. Now right now it looks like we've been going for a while, so it's about time for me to abandon this island. I'll wait about 5 more minutes and then do it. But basically that's it. I wanted to show you guys this because just kind of answer any questions. This is a really difficult map, and it's going to be fun, but I still feel like the beginning is difficult for all the wrong reasons. It's difficult because you have to build up this giant seawall to fight Hector's ships because they will come in and wipe you out. And it seems pretty random too, which also sucks. He doesn't like go on any kind of AI, like if you build this, he'll come. He just shows up occasionally and destroys you. So I had it happen in the first couple of minutes of the game when I restarted, so that's why I'm back on my original save. And then Cato comes and wipes out all your defenses so that Hector has free reign. So the point is to survive Hector until Cato shows up, then make peace with Hector, then let Cato destroy everything you've bothered to build, and landlock yourself, get researchers. Once you have the researchers to build the...
Warning. Population health critical.
Need. Once you have the population necessary to get the bombers, you start stockpiling until you can build about 10 of them. When you have 10, so that's like 420 carbon. So when you got 420 carbon stored up, that's when you take your little merchant fleet down here and you just dump it all off here and build a crap ton of Firebirds. The Firebirds go over, bomb the crap out of the ship, and suddenly you can build real islands again. So, that is it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I know technically this is like the 2nd or 3rd video you guys will see from me on Anno, if everything goes as planned. But I did record this before, so if I do any kind of like weird chronological referencing that screws with all you guys, sorry. And I'm really not, because that would be pretty funny. But I can predict the future! I shouldn't have even told you. I should have just been like, man, I bet sometime I'm gonna play a game and Hector's gonna come in with 175,861, you know, just to screw with you guys. Anyway, so that's it. I really do recommend this game. It is a lot of fun. I'm absolutely addicted to it. I can't seem to get into playing other games right now. But yeah, this is a hard one. You see all the conditions for victory. You need both monuments. You need 1,000,000 credits, which is not hard. If you have both monuments, you have over 1,000,000 credits. 5,000 of each executive. Now, you remember the hardest level in this game prior to this is to get 5,000 executives. So this is double that. Get 5,000 of each executive, which I believe I'm just going to put them on separate islands. I'll probably use Thor's, because that would be hilarious. And attain researchers. Researchers are really easy, so that's nothing to worry about. And defeat the other 4 players. So this is it. This is the highest. And I love I love that he always gives me the mission to build a power plant like just before I do. One of my first research prototypes You could see where it was on the, I killed some Cato, killed a few of Hector's ships, and then suddenly researched the catalyst. So I was like, yay, I can build a dam on my island and bulldoze all these stupid power plants. So, that works. Alright, that's all I got. Have a good one, guys.